welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be doing a story time or Suetory. Does that make any sense? But I look like a hot mess because it was going to work out. But then I saw my favorite dill pickle chips on the side of me, so yeah, and I just decided not to work out, and I decided to just edit my videos for you guys. So I uploaded one video, and then I am doing a voiceover on Bougie to Glam. That's me getting ready for you guys. I think I did a fall look this day with no lashes, so no like liner or anything. So yeah, and then anyways, let's just cut to the chase. Oh yeah, and then I was just looking through my like videos, and I just wanted to do more story time with you guys. So this story is like a topic where I want to tell you guys, but then there's sometimes where I don't want to tell you guys, and I thought about it, and I want you guys to know me more, and what I've been through and all that shenanigans. For one, have been sexually harassed. If you guys haven't seen that, yes, you should, because that way you guys know me a little more. Second of all, this is the second story that is quite touching to me. So yeah, and I'm just munching on this, so you guys should munch on it too. Munch on something, then you guys should. Not a lot of people know this, but they only know that I lost my virginity when I was 13 years old. It's not someone who I thought that would do it to me. I never thought that. When I was that young, I never thought that it was considered like force or, you know, rape or, you know, whatever you guys want to consider it. But it's just something that I don't like a lot of people to know, just because they're like, whoa, you're so young at that age and you already lost your virginity. Yes, I was young and I lost it to somebody who I dated, and he is my ex-boyfriend. We dated for a year and a half, and I finally knew that I never loved him, and if I was to love him, then I wouldn't feel so guilty about myself on this topic, because I feel like I gave him a free, easy access, because people would just say, oh, that's just easy access. But honestly, I never felt for him how I felt for my boyfriend now, and my boyfriend now, I feel like he is someone who I want to be with forever. So I never felt like that about my last ex, who did this to me, and I just was never really proud of it, so I just never really spoke about it. And when I do, it's just like, what, you lost it at like the age of 13? That is so young. That's when you're only like a freaking preteen. Of course, I could have got pregnant at the age, because I had my period when I was 12, and yeah, so losing my virginity at the age 13 was huge, just because I lost it to somebody who I didn't really love. I thought I was in love, but I wasn't in love. You know, little kid stuff like that, and it's just something close to me. I don't know, I just feel weird, but I'm just gonna cut to the chase and tell you guys the story how I got forced to have sex, and with the man that I thought I was in love with, forced to have sex at age 13, or I'm just gonna title this as losing my virginity at age 13. I don't mind putting myself out there for you guys, because I want you guys to learn from my mistake. And I understand if you're forced to do something, you may not be able to stop it because you're weak, or you were like intoxicated, or you were drugged, or anything like that. Or yeah, and I've been seeing a lot of like sexual harassment on, a lot of those up influencers channels and stuff, and I do have a video on sexual harassment. So I just want to raise awareness about it, and this one is me losing my virginity at age 13. So I wasn't, so back then I wasn't sexually active. I didn't even know what sex was. Okay, I knew what sex was, but I didn't know how to get to a point of sex. Like, him and her together, and that all that shenanigans that you do together. I'll be right back. Okay, back to what I was talking about. So I just went out and grabbed money and mail stuff. So like I said earlier, I was 13. I dated a guy who was way older than me, and I never knew he was gonna take advantage of me. Just because I was young, I was easy, and I didn't know about sex. So that was my fault for dating an older man. And if you guys think, how old was he? He was 10 years older than me when I was 13. So I have a thing for older guys. I just feel like I'm more mature for older men, but that's not the case. So I think he told me he was 19, and of course, a 23-year-old shouldn't be sleeping with a 13-year-old. And I know maybe if you guys watch this, you guys probably like, why didn't you sue him? Why didn't you report him? You could still report him now, stuff like that. I just feel like it was both of our fault. I didn't consent to it. He just kind of forced me just to like take off my pants and like have sex. And the first time we had sex was in his car, which was not the good destination to have sex anyways. And that's when I was forced to have sex. I was like, what are you talking about? It was just a night where he just came in, just came to watch, like, just came to see me and like hang out and stuff like that. But we mostly hang out at night, just because I think he had a huge fear of my family. I do not know why, but that's just him, and which frustrates me out at that time. Like, you don't even come around my family and stuff like that, and I gave you my my virginity to you and stuff like that. And the first time it was weird, and I told him a few times to stop, but he didn't listen, and I tried pushing him off, stuff like that, and he just still don't care. He didn't care. And as long as as long as he had me on, like, as long as his body weight was on me, I wouldn't be able to move. So I feel like that was one of his goals. And stupid little me was saying, oh, maybe if I satisfy him, he will love me more. Maybe if I satisfy him, he will, maybe he's willing to, come around my family more. And, come to think about it, like, I was so dumb. Giving out my body like that just to satisfy a man who would never come around your family, who threatens your family, and who just wants to sleep with you just because you're young and you're dumb, and you can't go nowhere without him and stuff like that. That was my problem. I thought I loved him. I was like, oh, I love you. Like, you were the one for me. I don't want to break up with you, no matter how many times my parents be like, you need to break up with him. My uncles and my grandma and grandpas are like, you need to break up with him. He is not the one for you. And till now, I'm glad I broke up with him. I'm glad I'm no longer with him. and it's just something that, you know, I'm proud of, that I finally did, and I finally realized that he was not the one for me. Um, so if you guys wonder what happened and stuff, I broke up with him through the phone, just because, just because you know, just because I feel like you know, he isn't for me and I'm not for him, and we are not meant to be, because I have different goals from him and he has different goals from me. His view is different from me and my view is different for him, so that way we cannot no longer be together. Just uh if you guys want to know how it feels to like lose your virginity at that young age, let me know. I will tell you guys the experience. Getting forced to have sex is not a good thing to, you know, to yourself. And even if you self told, if you're like, you told yourself like, oh, you know, he's the perfect one, oh, you know, he's the one for me and stuff like that, trust me, okay? Trust me. Sorry, I forgot that I have my hand on top of the camera. Trust me. Think carefully. Just think deeply into your thoughts, and talk to yourself before you bring yourself into something that you don't want to regret in the long run. And yeah, I regret in the long run, just because I feel like I didn't want to give it to him, but I was forced to give it to him, just because his body weight was on top of me and I couldn't stop him. I couldn't, and I thought it was okay to give it to him to satisfy him, you know, like, cause even though it didn't satisfy me, I want to satisfy him. You get it? Like, so yeah, this is one of my very, very touching story. I don't really want to speak about it, but I feel like I just want to come out there for you guys, and I want to give you guys advice if you guys are thinking, is he the one to give? Or, you know, like other people say, you guys may not be the soulmates together, you guys may not get married together, but it's okay to lose your virginity to someone, you know, even though he's not your first, even though you're not gonna marry him, like, you don't know if you're gonna marry him in the long run. But I want to let you know that I want you to think carefully before you do any actions that will make you regret in the long run. Like me, I'm for sure, you know, I for sure regret what I did. I regret giving my virginity to my ex, thinking if I satisfy him, he will love my family more. He will come around my family more. He will not threaten my family anymore. Yeah, and um, a lot of a lot happened within that 1.5 years that we dated, and I have tons of stories to tell you guys. So yeah, I'm just gonna end it here, just because it's quite touching for me. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll do more videos on my crazy ex boyfriend. This is the story about him, and this is just the beginning of the story about him. And yeah, I will continue telling you guys more stories. You guys probably just like story time. I like story time. I feel like it's soothing, and I feel like I get to know that person more. So I hope you guys get to know me a little more. So I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.